Broadcasting live from the Meridics via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Fordyce Center in Bellevue. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network as we welcome you to the sixth week of the 2023-2024 GNASH regular season, the penultimate week of the first half. We've got 4 teams finishing up the first half today, 9 total this week before it concludes next week. And we have a triple header for you here from the Chris Brink in Bellevue tonight. The first 2 games are pretty big. The middle one is very big. The middle one is Rutherford against Brentwood, and if Rutherford beat Brentwood, Brentwood are going down to Tier 2 and having to play in the Henry Hine Cup. The most insane occurrence in my time covering GNASH if that happens. And then the nightcap is Montgomery Bell taking on Ravenwood. Cooper Hill finally back in the lineup tonight for Ravenwood, playing for the first time since the Preds Cup final, if necessary, game in 2022. But Ravenwood have scoring woes of their own. Well, we're kicking off tonight with a big game between Summit Page and USN-BA-Nashville Christian-FRA-Goodpasture, where if Summit win, it means that Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb will clinch promotion to Tier 1 for the second half of the regular season and qualify for the Predators Cup for the postseason. It'll also mean that Centennial will have to stay in Tier 2 for the rest of the regular season and play in the Henry Hine Cup in the postseason. I'm sure there are mixed feelings on that if that occurs. So let's take care of our usual pregame fare, which is going over the results from last week. Last Monday, Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb beat USN-BA-Nashville Christian-FRA-Goodpasture 6-0. Pope Prep MLK GCA beat Brentwood 4-0. Franklin and Montgomery Bell finished in a 1-1 tie. Centennial beat Station Camp Liberty Creek 4-1. Father Ryan beat the Rutherford Rampage 7-1, and Summit Page beat Independence Ravenwood 7-0. On Wednesday night, Brentwood and Mount Juliet Wilson Central Green Hill finished in a 1-1 tie. Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb beat the Tennessee Outlaws 10-2. The Rutherford Rampage with a huge win over Ravenwood 5-1. Franklin beat Father Ryan 3-0, and that wild 7-7 tie between Centennial and Independence Ravenwood 2. So here are the standings coming into tonight's games. Franklin, you start with Tier 1. Franklin and MBA both atop the table at 5-0-1, 5 wins and a tie. Pope Prep MLK GCA and Father Ryan are both at 3-3. They placed Pope ahead of Father Ryan on goal difference, but Ryan should be ahead of Pope because Ryan beat Pope back on September 27th. Mount Juliet Wilson Central Green Hill at 1-3-1, Brentwood at 1-4-1, Ravenwood at 1-3. And Rutherford at 1-4. Now that's also incorrect. Ravenwood should be below Rutherford because Rutherford beat them last week. On to Tier 2. Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb leading at 5-0. Summit Page at 3-1. Hendersonville beats Gallatin in third at 2-1-2. 2 wins, a loss, and 2 ties. Centennial in fourth at 2-2-2. USN-BA-Nashville Christian 2-1-1. The Outlaws 1-2-1. Station Camp Liberty Creek 1-4-1, and Independence Ravenwood 2-0-5-1. I should note that Franklin, MBA, Pope, and Father Ryan have all clinched spots in Tier 1 for the second half of the regular season, and Predators Cup berths for the postseason. And Station Camp Liberty Creek and Independence Ravenwood 2 will be staying in Tier 2 for the second half of the regular season and playing in the Henry Hine Cup in the postseason, as both teams are called out onto the ice by the officials. Here is the schedule for tonight. There are only 5 games this evening. Most of them are here in Bellevue and the Chris Brink. Coming up in a few minutes, Summit Page taking on USN-BA-Nashville Christian-FRA-Goodpasture. 6 p.m. on Rink B at Centennial. The Outlaws taking on Station Camp Liberty Creek. If Summit win this game and the Outlaws fail to beat, they have to beat Station Camp. That means the Outlaws are staying in Tier 2 for the rest of the regular season and playing in the Henry Hine Cup in the postseason. Is Ben Schwartz not here tonight? I see Matilda Coxon goal warming up. Is Ben not here? Oh, dear Lord. 6:50 here on the Chris Spring in Bellevue. Rutherford Rampage taking on Brentwood. Rink A at Centennial. Centennial at 7:40. Centennial taking on Innsworth. That game may not matter by the time it comes around. If Summit, okay, there's Ben Schwartz. He's about to say. That game may not matter if Summit win this one because, again, a Summit win means Innsworth are moving up and Centennial are staying put. And at 8:25 here on the Chris Spring in Bellevue, MBA taking on Ravenwood. Let's talk about the two teams playing tonight's game. First up, Summit Page, coached by Greg Sowers. 3-1 coming into tonight. Opened up the season on September 25th with a 7-3 win over Centennial. Then 2 weeks ago tonight, they finally got back on the ice, beat Station Camp Liberty Creek 8-1. Then 2 nights later, October 18th, suffered a 4-3 loss to Hendersonville Beach Gallatin. And then last Monday night, beat Ravenwood, Independence Ravenwood 2, 7-0. So here are their player stats coming into tonight. Hunter Haley, the leading scorer, he has 7 points from 5 goals and 2 assists. James Gilmartin has 6 points from a goal and 5 assists. Hudson Halters and Zach Ellis each have 5 points from 4 goals and an assist. Aiden Garner, 5 points from a goal and 4 assists. Cody Lightfoot and Braden Owen each with 3 points from 2 goals and an assist. Cam White, 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Sean Scott and Colin Breedlove have each with 2 points from a goal and an assist. Elijah Selby and Preston Hart each with a point from a goal. Zach Peterson and Nathan Metzger each with a point from an assist. On to goalie play, Seth Wagner has played in 2 games. The games against Centennial and Indy, so his record is 2-0. He's played 84 minutes, goals against average of 1.5. No shutouts. He's allowed 3 goals. However, his shot totals are not correct. The box score from the Indy game last week did not show how many shots there were taken by both teams. So his shots faced and saves made are incorrect. Brady Tessier has played in 2 games, the game against Station Camp and the game against Hendersonville, so his record 1-1. Played 84 minutes, goals against average of 2.5. No shutouts. He's allowed 5 goals and 34 shots, turned away the other 29. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 85. On to USN-BA-Nashville Christian-FRA-Goodpasture, coached by Ethan Brow. 2-1-1 coming into tonight. Opened the season with a 5-5 tie against Station Camp on September 25th. Then a week later on October 2nd, beat Indy 2-1. Then a 4-3 win over Centennial 2 nights later on October the 4th. And then returned to the ice last Monday with a 6-0 loss to Innsworth. So here are their stats coming into tonight. Ryan Barrett, the leading scorer, 6 points from 4 goals and 2 assists. Barrett Teasdale, 5 points from 4 goals and an assist. Brody Wales and Jaden Charn-Parnich-Karn each have 2 points from a goal and an assist. And Sean Advani, Mitch Profit, and Nick Venable each have a point from an assist. And Ben Schwartz has played all 4 games in goal, so his record matches the team's 2-1-1. He's played just over 167 minutes, goals against average of 3.77, no shutouts. He's allowed 15 goals on 119 shots and turned away the other 104. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 87. The warm-up clock is run down to 0. And give you a bit of news, the senior game has finally been rescheduled. Of course, it was supposed to have been played September 18th here on the Chris Spring in Bellevue to kick off the season. However, it got moved back because the Predators moved in early for training camp, and it forced GNASH to postpone it. Well, it has finally been rescheduled for Monday, December the 11th at 6:45 here in the Chris Spring in Bellevue. Hopefully we'll get some seniors for that game. We'll have the number of players we were supposed to have for that game. That'll probably be the last game of the calendar year. Of course, that is exam week, and they don't schedule games during exam week because they want the players to be able to focus on their studies. But yeah, senior game has been rescheduled for Monday, December the 11th here on the Chris Spring in Bellevue at 6:45 p.m. And got an email last night from Jim Diamond, the new league scheduler. The second half of the regular season probably begins 2 weeks from tonight on November the 13th. Seth Wagner in goal for Summit Page. Matilda Cox making her debut in goal for USN. Interesting choice there. for this first period. Summit will move the puck from my left to right, or right to left, and USN from my left to right. The game is underway. USN won the draw, but it's taken away by Summit right away. Hunter Haley passes off Zach Ellis, left wing side of the USN zone. Passes across to the right point, and Jonah Ferguson's shot went off a stick and across the front of the net. And the puck now trickling through center back into the Summit zone. Daniel Lawrence going to get to it first, ahead of Jaden Charn-Parnitz-Karn. Passes up the far wall and out to center. Ellis with it again. Ellis pushes it ahead into the USN zone toward the front of the net. Matilda Cox sweeps it away, and then Ellis gets to it and shoots it past the net. Puck ends up back in the USN zone. Hunter Haley on the left wing side. Goes around the back of the net, tried to cut to the front of the net, but he saw Nick Venable coming. He passes out to the slot, intercepted by Charn-Parnitz-Karn. And now Nick Venable takes a couple of bumps, and as the puck poked off him at center, it's back in the Summit zone. Barrett Teasdale behind the net. Now Cabell Cunningham out on the left point, lost the puck. Carried out to center by Aiden Meyer. Meyer, left wing side of the USN zone. Stops in the left circle. A shot off the shin of Nick Venable and past the net. And cleared out by Joey Freed. The puck back in the Summit zone. Caught up two by Barrett Teasdale. Shot, score! Elijah Selby was dropping back too much, and he let the puck end up on the stick of Teasdale, who fires it into the back of the net to give USN a 1-0 lead with 12:35 to go in the first. So, somewhat careless play by Elijah Selby. Not eager to clear the puck out, and he ends up paying the price. USN need this game too, because right now they're 2-1-1. They have 5 points as Summit go offside into the USN zone. They have 5 points right now. They have 3 games left, including this one. If they were to win their last 3, they would finish the first half of the regular season with 11 points. So that means if they lose tonight, they would be 2-2-1 and could only finish with 9 points. Ensworth already have 10. So a win imperative for USN, but putting Matilda Cox in goal. Here's Brody Wales, right wing side of the Summit zone. A shot stopped by Seth Wagner as he moved in on goal. Puck behind the Summit net. And the Spartans get it out here. Sean Scott at center. Now tapped ahead, Aiden Meyer. Chasing it down right wing side of the USN zone. Goes to the end boards, battling with Brody Wales. Here's Sean Scott. Scott coming out in front, tried to wrap around. It was blocked by the stick of Drake Hughes. And the puck's going to be carried out by Brody Wales. Wales gets around Zach Peterson. He's in the U.S. Summit's own shot, score for the right circle. USN have scored twice inside the first 2.5 minutes of the game. Brody Wales makes it 2-0 with 11:34 to go in the first. Summit unable to get any shots off in the USN zone, and the USN able to score on 2 of their first 4 shots of the game. Puck out at center, Summit with it. It's inside their own zone now. Colin Breedlove drops it back to Cam White. Puts it behind the net. Now it's sent around to the far side. And the Spartans come up with it and they clear it out. Here's Aiden Garner, left wing side of the USN zone. Banks trying to bank it in off of Matilda Cox. She's got it stopped and covered. He had to shoot from a tough angle near the right-hand side of the net because he couldn't get to the front of it. Draws to Cox's left. 11:01 to go in the first. 2-0 USN leading. Draw one by Summit. Trying to keep it in the zone. They do. Here's Reeve Gable. Puck got away from him, and then it's poked away from Venable by Eden Garner. USA able to come up with it and bring it out of the zone. Jaden Charn-Parnich-Karn in the Summit zone on the right wing side, getting off a shot that went off the stick of the back-checking Cam White and past the net. Summit do not need to go down any further. Summit desperately trying to push the puck out to center. They do. Hudson Walters passes ahead. Reeve Gable. Now Aiden Garner fumbled the puck, lost it. Trying to go to the front of the net. It ends up in the left wing corner. He sends it around the wall to the far side. Now here's Garner over to Cam White. White at the blue line. Oh, he and Garner touch sticks, and that caused White to lose the puck. He has to go all the way back into his own zone, and he'll fire it towards the goal from center. Matilda Cox having to push it aside. Now Jaden Charn-Parnich-Karn back hitting it ahead to Barrett Teasdale. Teasdale into the Summit zone, and he took a bump and lost the puck. Here's Jonah Ferguson trying to pass it up the wall and get it out. Held in by Joey Freed. Freed had it poked away. Now it's poked away from Preston Hart as he tried to carry it out. Here's Colin Breedlove sending it around the wall to the near side. Teasdale got a stick on it. And carried out by Zach Ellis. Ellis gets past Bryce Ackright, goes to the front of the USN net, a shot off of Cox and over the net. She makes a big breakaway save on Zach Ellis. First real chance of the game for Summit, and Matilda Cox comes up big. Puck cleared out to center by USN, but intercepted by Jonah Ferguson. Ferguson ahead to Preston Hart, who deflects it back into the USN zone. Bryce Ackright fell over trying to clear it out. Barrett Teasdale with it now behind his own net, carries it around to the near side, backhands it off the near glass, and Daniel Lawrence could not keep it alive at the left point. Sent back in by Lawrence. Puck coming around to the wall to the far side. Bryce Ackright couldn't hang on to it. Here's Zach Ellis trying to put it out in front. It was blocked by the stick of Brody Wales. Ellis with it again. Backhands it out in front. Hunter Haley, a one-timer stopped by Cox, the rebound. She turned that away too from Daniel Lawrence. Here's Ellis behind the net with it again. Skating around. Puts it out in front. Lawrence saw it poked away. Ellis with a one-timer from the high slot. Cox turned that away. Puck back in the Summit zone. Preston Hart with it out on the far side. Pushes it ahead to center. It's sent back the other way by Will McKever, but right under the stick of Elijah Selby. Selby through center. Back into the USN zone. He bumped into Aiden Meyer crossing the blue line. Meyer fell over, and that caused Selby to lose his balance. Puck out at center again. Zach Peterson picks it up. Dumps it back into the USN zone. Nick Venable brings it out to center. Venable into the Summit zone, trying to get to the left wing side. Puck over in the right wing corner. And taken back by Summit. Here's Hunter Haley, left wing side of the USN zone. Trying to pass across to James Gilmartin. He had to reach out for it. He had to go over to the far side to retrieve it. If he'd been able to get a stick on it and corral it, it would have been a 3-0 going to the net because Ellis was going down the slot with him. Or correction, Meyer was going down the slot. Here's Elijah Selby on the far boards. Backhanding it up to the right point, Hunter Haley. Haley shooting, missed the net. Aiden Meyer off the boards, tried to tap it out in front. Will McKever blocked that shot attempt. Now here's Elijah Selby moving down the right wing, but he lost the puck. Could not get around that last defender, Venable. Puck carried out to center and then poked away, and then two USN players collide with each other and go down, allowing Summit to send it back into the USN zone. And then Nick Venable banks it off the bottom bar of the back of his own net. James Gilmartin put it out in front, but that was blocked by Ryan Barrett. Now Barrett back at the Summit zone, in front of the shot, score! Wow, what a start for USN! Ryan Barrett fires it off the inside of the post to Seth Wagner's left into the back of the net, and USN have a 3-0 lead with 6:22 to go in the first. Wow. And Seth Wagner is pulled for Brady Tessier. So Wagner done after just 7 minutes and 38 seconds. So Wagner done after 7 minutes and 38 seconds. He allowed 3 goals on 5 shots. Here's Sean Scott, left wing side of the USN zone. Can't get around Brody Wales. He knocks down Jaden Charn-Parnitz, who took the puck away, but Barrett has it at center. Barrett back in the Summit zone, a shot off the skates of Cam White past the net. And back the other way goes Summit. Puck in the USN zone, but cleared out by Brody Wales as Cody Lightfoot couldn't keep it in his stick at center when he got a pass from the far side. Now here's Sean Scott passing off to Lightfoot in the USN zone, but Brody Wales tracked him down and forced him to go past the net. Now Aiden Garner out on the left wing side. Trying to drop the puck behind the net for Sean Scott. Bryce Ackright battling, sends it around to the near boards. Going to be held in by Cam White. Puck coming around to the far side. Barrett Teasdale with it now. Banked off the near wall, out at center. Joey Freed pushes it into the Summit zone. Cam White with it. Passes up the far side, Aiden Garner. Garner into the USN zone, takes a bump. Barrett Teasdale flips it ahead, and this could be an icing against USN. It is. A little line drive stretch pass up the near side. Nobody in a red sweater was even anywhere near it, so icing called. 4:31 to go in the first. 3-0. 3-0 USN. Draw was to the right of Matilda Cox inside the USN zone. And here's Reeve Gable trying to go to the front of the net with it, and it poked away. Now a shot from the right circle, stopped and covered up by Cox. That shot coming from Braden Owen. Draw will be to Cox's left. Matilda Cox from the Tennessee Outlaws, selected by USN in the goalie draft. She is a freshman at Dixon County. Draw was to her left. They have 5 shots on goal on the board for Summit. I think it should be like 8. Here's Ryan Barrett at center. Right wing side of the Summit zone. Rounded defender, a shot stopped by Brady Tessier. So Tessier makes his first save of the game as the puck ends up being iced by the Spartans. Draw was to the left of Seth Wagner. Won by Summit. They carry it to center into the USN zone. Puck on the far side. James Gilmartin keeps it alive. Tried to send it to the front of the net. Blocked by Will McKever. But tried to clear it out to center. And USN did get it out eventually, but it's brought back in. Hunter Haley, getting in front of him to knock the puck away was Nick Venable. Puck stays into the blue line. Thanks to Jonah Ferguson, puts it in the left wing corner. Out in front for Gilmartin, and he redirects it past the net. Zach Ellis. Now Gilmartin. Behind the net. Now Ellis with it again. Comes out to the right circle. Backhands it down low, Gilmartin. Now to Ellis, one-timer score! From just above the dot in the right face-off circle. Zach Ellis one-times it into the back of the net. And it is 3-1 USN with 3:03 to go in the first period. Draw one by USN. Ryan Barrett in front of the Summit net. Oh, but he lost the puck, and then Cabell Cunningham with an on-angle shot off the right leg pad of Tessier. Puck back in the Summit or USN zone on the left wing side. Sent around the boards to the far side. Ryan Barrett. Oh, we got a penalty coming up against USN. A cross check. And it is Carson Denning who's going to go to the box. So Summit get the first power play of the game, trailing 3-1 with 2:38 to go in the first period. Draw is going to be to Matilda Cox's left. One by Summit. Cam White, left point. Passes it down to the left wing. Zach Ellis trying to go back to the slot, and White off his stick to the right wing corner. Puck put out in front, but James Gilmartin was behind where the pass was going. Now Ryan Barrett with it. Carries out to center. Into the Summit zone. Zach Ellis put a body to him, but he still gets up a shot that Tessier stops with his left leg pad, and then it went off, right leg pad, and then it went off the back of Aiden Garner's skates, forcing Tessier to cover. So the draw will be to his left. Draw one by Summit. Here's Cam White. White ends up icing it, trying to stretch pass it up the far side to James Gilmartin, but he fired it too hard. 83 seconds left in the power play. 2:01 to go in the first. 3-1 USN. Draws to the right of Tessier. Summit win it. Get it around the wall to the near side. Here's Zach Ellis. Passing over to Jonah Ferguson. Brings it into the USN zone. Now across Ellis. Left circle. Ellis sends it to the front of the net, but into the skates of Bryce Ackright. USN managed to clear it out. Ellis at center with it. Brings it back in as soon as the rest of his teammates get back on side, but he falls over trying to get to the front of the net. Puck held into the blue line and carried down the right wing by Gilmartin. Tried to put it in front, but it's intercepted and cleared out by Brody Wales. Charn Parnage chasing it back to the Summit zone. He's got it in front of shot. Stopped by Tessier, making a big save on a shorthanded chance for USN just now. And now USN turned the puck over inside their own zone. Zach Ellis backhands it off of Cox, trying to cover it up. It's in the slot, and a one-timer from Jonah Ferguson blocked, held in, and a shot from the top of the right circle, and Ferguson turned away by Cox. We're inside the final minute of the first. Puck carried to the right circle, and a shot. Stopped by Cox, I think, from Hunter Haley. Penalty time against USN is up. They're back at even strength. Here's Nick Venable to center in the Summit zone. Tried to pass ahead to Joey Freed. Couldn't keep his stick on it. Under 30 seconds left of the period. Venable, right wing. Passes over to the far side, and Barrett. Ryan Barrett. Across to Venable. Venable shot from long range. Kicked away by Tessier. Puck back in the Summit zone on the right wing side. Ryan Barrett with a shot off a stick. Lands in the left wing corner. Sean Scott with it at center, but time is going to run out on the first. USN jumping out to a 3-1 lead. 3-0 lead. Forcing Summit to pull Seth Wagner for Brady Tessier. Just past the halfway point of the period. Goals from Barrett, Teasdale, Brody Wales, and Ryan Barrett. Zach Ellis eventually got Summit on the board. USN with a 3-1 lead over the Spartans at the end of one. Ready to go for the start of the second period. Brady Tessier still in goal for Summit. Matilda Cox still in goal for USN for this second period. Summit will move the puck from my left to right. USN from my right to left. USN win the draw, bring it into the Summit zone. Here's Ryan Barrett on the right wing side. Goes behind the net, gets knocked into the boards hard by Cam White. And puck sent back into the Summit zone. Barrett with it again, trying to pass the slot. Jaden Charles-Parner's got a shot. Gloved and held on to by Tessier. Draw be to Tessier's left. One by USN. Puck put out in front of shot. Stopped by Tessier. Is it underneath his right leg? I think that was Barrett with a shot from the right circle. Draw be to Tessier's left again. One by USN, turned over to Summit, but Cody Lightfoot ends up knocking it into the USN bench, trying to clear it out. They'll drop it to Tessier's left again. 13:29 to go in the second. 3-1, USN leading. Draw one by USN, a shot blocked from Brody Royals at the right point. He manages to send it down low from the right point. Jaden Charles-Parner's going up against the boards. Puck comes out in front. Now here's Aiden Meyer. Meyer carries it into the USN zone on the right wing side. Meyer shot in the right circle, scores. Fires it into the roof of the net. And Summit are within one. Takes them just 49 seconds in the second to score. 3-2 USN with 13:11 to go in the middle frame. Draw one by Summit. Elijah Selby cleared it out of his own zone. Now Braden Owen with it. Right wing side of the USN zone. Puck got a little too far ahead of him. He reels it back in, trying to put it out in front. But Aiden Garner was standing right next to him. Now here's Owen behind the net, trying to put it out in front for Hudson Halters. That's broken up. And USN able to come up with it in clear. Here is Carson Denning. Passing over to the right wing side of the Summit zone. Cabell Cunningham dumps it to the end wall. Puck put out in front, intercepted by Halters. Now Braden Owen at center. Into the USN zone on the right wing side. Could not get around Joey Freed. Puck comes back to Aiden Garner. Garner around a defender in front of shot. Score. The game is tied. Broken play leads to Garner walking down the slot, down the left wing, right in front, and he shoots and scores to make it 3-3 with 12:19 to go in the second. Draw one by Summit. Here's Braden Owen. Now Aiden Garner chasing the puck to the left wing wall. He has it around the back of the net. Comes around to the right wing side, tried to backhand it out in front. That was slowed up by a couple of USN sticks. And now they have it and bring it out. Bryce Ackright at center. Correction, that's Mitch Profit. He's in the Summit zone on the right wing side. Now in the right wing corner. Barrett Teasdale scored the first goal of the game. His shot was blocked. Puck held in by Will McKever. Puck sent around to the far wall. Hudson Halters taps it ahead, but McKever keeps it alive. Now here's Profit trying to send it to the front of the net, but Peyton Brogton stuck over on the left wing side, so she can't get to it. Jonah Ferguson sends it back into the USN zone. It's immediately cleared out by Nick Venable. Now here's Daniel Lawrence back in the USN zone on the left wing side. Round of defenders, takes a shot, missed the net. Jonah Ferguson shot from the right half wall, blocked by the shins of Will McKever. Here's Preston Hart putting it out in front, but unable to get a stick, and it was Halters. Here's Jonah Ferguson shooting the right point. That's blocked by Barrett Teasdale. Puck still in the zone. Now it ends up going out off a Venable's stick. Here's Teasdale inside his own zone. Banks it hard off the near boards and out. Jonah Ferguson sends it back into the USN zone, but right on the stick of McKever. And then Mitch Profit from his own blue line gives it away to Daniel Lawrence. Now Jonah Ferguson banks it hard off the near glass back into the USN zone. Cleared out by McKever. Mitch Profit hit it, poked off his stick, goes right back to Teasdale. Puck sent back into the Summit zone on the right wing side. Daniel Lawrence with it. Trying to clear it out, but he gives it away to Cabell Cunningham. Puck sent around to the near boards and cleared out. Will McKever. Ahead to Ryan Barrett, but off his stick. Barrett catches up to it, dumps it back in the Summit zone. USN just gave up 2 goals in a span of 51 seconds, or 52 seconds. For Summit to tie this game up at 3. Preston Hart carries the puck back into the USN zone. It's taken away, and Nick Venable banked it very high off the glass on the far side. It stayed in play. I can't believe that. Puck out at center, taken back by the Spartans. Reeve Gable, right wing side of the USN zone. Backhands it off of Matilda Cox from the right circle. And now here's Nick Venable carrying the puck to center. Ryan Barrett had it knocked away. Zach Ellis sending it back into the USN zone. Immediately brought out by Jaden Charn-Parnichkarn. Sean Advani. Now Barrett, right wing side of the Summit zone. Takes a shot, stopped by Tessier, and the rebound set past the net. Up by Charn-Parnichkarn. Puck back near the USN blue line. Hunter Haley passing it over to Zach Ellis. Ellis, left wing side of the USN zone. Puts it in front. James Gilmartin had to go off his stick. Passes it. Puts it out in front. Shot wide to the right of Cox by Hunter Haley. Haley tries wraparound. Stopped by Cox. Puck drifts out to center. Ellis with it again. Drops it back. Puck back in the USN zone. Ellis trying to pass it out high. It goes off a couple of sticks. A couple of Summit players fell over, but Carson Denning unable to reel it in at center. There's Colin Breedlove through center. Back into the USN zone. Left wing side. A shot stopped and held on to by Matilda Cox. 8:06 to go in the second. The game is tied at 3. Draw to the right of Cox, won by Summit, and a shot from Sean Scott. I don't know if it missed the net or if Cox made the save. Puck out on the far side. Peyton Brogdon couldn't get it under stick. Here's Cody Lightfoot. Shot hit the outside of the post to the right of Cox. Now Lightfoot with it again, carries it out to the sliding shot off a stick into the netting above the glass. 7:33 to go in the second. Still 3-3. Draw one by Summit. It was to the left of Cox. Shot went off a stick and past the net to Cox's right. Puck still in the zone. Cody Lightfoot passes off Aiden Meyer. Right circle, a shot off of Cox. I think it may have hit her right leg pad. Puck out in front again, but Meyer couldn't get a stick on it. Sean Scott trying to put it out in front for Cody Lightfoot. Broken up by Joey Freed. Puck held in on the left point, Zach Peterson. Put behind the net for Scott. Scott tried to put it out in front again. And again, it's broken up by Freed. He's trying to put it out in front for Aiden Meyer. Now Barrett Teasdale back in the Summit zone, and the puck poked away. And Mitch Profit into the left wing corner with it. Try to put it out in front. Teasdale has it and backhands it off the right leg pad of Tessier past the net. Elijah Selby passing ahead to Cody Lightfoot. Offside. Sean Scott went over the blue line before Lightfoot brought the puck in. 6:27 left in the second. Still 3-3. Draw on the dot in front of the Summit bench. Won by USN, Jaden Charn-Parnitz-Karn. Into the Summit zone. He's out in front of backhander. Stopped by Tessier. He makes another big breakaway save on Charn-Parnitz-Karn. Puck out at center. Here's Aiden Garner. Back in the USN zone. Tried to stuff it in from the right-hand side of the net. And a shot from Owen. Braden Owen was stopped by Cox. Puck held in at the left point. Owen a shot over the net from the left circle. And USN are going to end up icing the puck. I think it was Nick Venable tried to flip it through the air ahead to either Charn-Parnitz-Karn or Sean Advani or Ryan Barrett, but it went a little too far. 5:33 to go in the second. Still 3-3. Draw is going to be to Cox's right. Draw one by Summit, but then Hudson Halters took a bump trying to go to the front of the net. Now back in the other way, a shot from Charn-Parnitz-Karn kicked away by Tessier with the right leg pad, and the rebound hopped over Brody Wales' stick. Puck out at center, Wales trying to pass ahead to Carson Denning off the bench, but we're going to get a too many men call against USN. As Denning played the puck coming off the bench, but USN had 6 guys in the ice, and so Denning will go into the box. So Summit back on the power play. Game tied at 3, 5:06 to go in the second. Draw will be to the right of Cox. Won by Summit. Cam White, left point. Passes over to Hunter Haley. Haley left circle, moving down. A shot stopped by Cox. And the rebound, she stops it too and covers it up. Draw will be to her right again. Won by USN. Brody Wells tried to clear. Cam White intercepts inside the zone, but decides to carry it out. Barrett Teasdale chased him out anyway. Tried to get the puck off of him, but fell over. Now here's Aiden Garner. Back through center. Into the USN zone on the right wing. Round the back of the net. Passes out up top to the left point. Cam White, a slap shot off the left leg pad, I think, of Cox and past the net. Now here's Zach Ellis behind the net. Passes out to the left circle. And Garner. Garner backing up towards the blue line. Passes back down the wall to the left wing corner. And Ellis. Ellis comes out to the left circle. Try to pass over to Hunter Haley. That's broken up and stolen by Barrett Teasdale. Garner knocks it off Teasdale's stick at center, but we get a whistle on a high sticking infraction. 64 seconds left in the power play. 4:09 to go in the second. We're still tied at 3. Draw will be to the left of Tessier inside the Summit zone. Won by the Spartans. Here's Aiden Meyer out at center, backhanding it up the far wall. Shot Scott with it on a breakaway. Shot Scott in front of backhander. Stopped by Cox. She makes a big save on Scott to keep this game tied. Cody Lightfoot shooting for the left wing side, off his stick and past the net. Under a minute left in the power play for Summit. Scott tried to bank it on in front and went off of Cox, off a USN skate, and then off of Cox in the crease. Puck out on the far wall. Daniel Lawrence lost the puck, comes over to Jordan Ferguson, shot, stop, rebound, score! Scott was waiting on the right-hand side of the net, and he punches it in to give Summit their first lead of the game and convert the power play, and it's 4-3 Spartans with 3:30 left in the second. Sean Scott sends the puck into the USN zone. It's off the far wall, and they call an icing on that? Looked like he was standing on top of the red line when he sent it in. Draw will be to the left of Tessier. Summit won the draw, but Cody Lightfoot lost the puck trying to carry it to the blue line. Cabell Cunningham falls over, and they're going to get Aiden Myers for tripping. So Cunningham did fall over Myers' stick. USN will get their first power play of the game. A tripping call against Meyer. 3:06 left in the second. USN trailing 4-3. They jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Midway point of the first, it caused Summit to switch goalies. Summit have scored 4 unanswered. Draw to the left of Tessier. Won by USN. A shot I think was blocked from out high. Barrett Teasdale in front of backhander, score! Tessier kicked out the left leg pad, but he was he lost his balance. A puck slipped under him into the back of the net, and it takes just 9 seconds for USN to convert the power play and tie the game at 4 with 2:56 to go in the second. Second of the game for Teasdale. Here's the first goal of the game. Now he has the most recent. Draw one by Summit. Here's Hudson Halters. Sorry, it's Zach Peterson. Across to Elijah Selby. Selby carries the puck out to center. And he's in the USN zone, and the puck taken away. Now Barrett Teasdale. Back the other way in the Summit zone on the left wing side. Try to pass the slot. That's broken up. Oh, still almost came to Sean Edvani anyway. Now Mitch Profit takes it back. Carries it around the back of the net. Drops it behind the net for Teasdale. Teasdale comes out right circle. His shot blocked. Puck pops up into the air. It's up over on the left wing side. Joey Freed slaps it down the wall. Off the stick of Edvani to Selby. Oh, and a big collision at center. Hudson Halters and Mitch Profit run into each other and go down. Both back on their skates as the puck is dumped back into the USN zone. Here's Brody Wales. Mitch Profit will clear it out. Elijah Selby trying to backhand it out, but he backhands it off of Barrett Teasdale's stick. Teasdale around the back of the Summit net out to the left wing side. Try to drop it down the wall. It's intercepted by Cam White. White out at center with it. Into the USN zone on the right wing side. His slap shot missed the net to the right of Cox. Puck kept alive at the left point. And then Summit tried to clear, giving away. Hudson Halters out to the left circle. Shot missed the net. Cam White with a shot from the right half wall. Stopped and covered up by Cox. 81 seconds to go in the second. 4-4. Draw is to the left of Cox. Won by Summit. Ooh, and Daniel Lawrence just to go off his stick and stay in the zone, but he lost it. Peyton Brogdon takes it away. She brings it into the Summit zone. Tried to pass to the slot. Cabell Cunningham, that's intercepted. Cam White tried to clear. And then he almost gave it away to Drake Hughes. Brady Tessier to dive out and cover the puck. Cam White almost gave it away right in front of his own net. Whiffed on a pass attempt, so that forced Tessier to cover. Draws to his left. Held in by USN. Sent to the end wall from the right wing corner. We're inside the final minute of the second. Here is Preston Hart at center. Now Cam White, right wing side of the USN zone. White tried to hold. Whips it down the wall. Puck is out over in the right wing corner. Chip back behind the net. Reeve Gable sends it back out to the far side. Nathan Metzger passing up to the left point. Daniel Lawrence under 30 seconds left in the period. A shot, off a stick it in. Lawrence with a shot from the left point. I think it may have gone off the stick of Drake Hughes in the slot, and it goes past Matilda Cox into the back of the net. Preston Hart is the one leading the fist bumps. So did it go off of his stick? I guess so. It's Hart's goal in that case, and it's 5-4 Summit with 25.3 seconds to go in the second. Puck trickles into the U.S. end zone off the draw. And number 20 for USN. I'm not sure who that is because he's wearing somebody else's sweater. Tried to clear it out, and he hit the curved glass on that corner of the USN penalty box, and it went into the Summit penalty box, and went into the Summit bench. Draws on the dot in front of the Summit bench. Won by USN. Given away to Summit, who dump it into the USN zone. Number 20 with it. Trying to clear it out. Ryan Barrett finally gets it out to center, and that is it for the second, where Summit score 4 times. They scored twice in the first 80 seconds of the second to tie the game up. Then they eventually took the lead thanks to Sean Scott. Barrett Teasdale tied the game up. And then Preston Hart, I'm guessing it was Preston Hart, with a tip-in goal inside the final 30 seconds of the period to give Summit a 5-4 lead over USN at the end of 2. Ready to start the third and final period of this one. Matilda Cox still in goal for USN. Brady Tessier still in goal for Summit for this third period. USN will carry the puck from my left to right. Summit from my right to left as Summit win the draw, and Hunter Haley with a shot from the left wing side of the USN zone that Matilda Cox has to stop. Now Elijah Selby from the right point, a shot. Takes a deflection, stopped by Cox, and the rebound trickles out of the crease. Zach Ellis with it on the left wing side. Lost the puck, takes it back from Carson Denning. Gets around Will McKever, puts it out in front, redirected in by James Gilmartin. James Gilmartin redirects it in on the centering pass, and Summit have a 6-4 lead with 13:31 to go. And if you are an Innsworth fan, you need to be cheering that Summit hang on and win this game, because if they do, it means you're moving up. Draw one by Summit. Hunter Haley brings it into the USN zone, but nice back checking by Nick Venable to poke the puck away. It's at center, Barrett Teasdale. Brought it back into his own zone, had it taken away. Puck out on the far wall. James Gilmartin had it poked away. Poked off his stick by Nick Venable. He actually retained possession, though. Now he falls over in the right wing corner. Tried to put it out in front, but it goes over to the near boards. Ellis catches up to it. Zach Peterson. Now Ellis gets around Will McKever, pushes the puck around him again. Passes over right circle. One-timer. Nice save by Cox on the one-timer from Hunter Haley. Now Ellis out on the left wing. Across to Elijah Selby. Selby takes a shot and missed the net to the left of Cox. Here's Ellis. Backhands it down low. Gilmartin shot, score! Ellis from the slot backhanded it to Gilmartin, who was below the left circle, and he shoots it into the back of the net for his second goal of the period and the game, and it is now 7-4 Summit with 12:25 to go. Summit themselves trying to keep their hopes of moving up alive. They win the draw. Cody Lightfoot, left wing side of the USN zone, cannot get around Brody Wales. He gets the puck back, though. Past the slot. Oh, Aiden Meyer couldn't keep it in his stick. Pretty sure it was Meyer who scored to make it 3-2 USN early in the second. Now Sean Scott puts it out in front, but Meyer can't get to it. Meyer out high. Backhands it over to the right point, and Colin Breedlove with a line drive shot that misses the net to the left of Cox. He actually scored a goal like that against Station Camp a couple of weeks ago. A little soft line drive that went through traffic and then came down right when it was going to the net and ended up in the net. Cam White with a shot, score from the slot. White with a shot that sneaks underneath Matilda Cox into the back of the net. And Summit now have an 8-4 lead with 11:40 to go. Draw one by Summit. Cody Lightfoot brings it into the USN zone. Try to pass the slot that was broken up. So it's sent to the inboards from the left point by Cam White. Sean Scott. Puck got away from him up the far boards. Sean Advani pushed into the boards, cleared out. Ryan Barrett kicks it ahead. Jaden Charpar's card in front of the 7. Then a shot, score! He finally got one past Tessier. Ryan Barrett kicked the puck ahead down the left wing side of the Summit zone. That allowed Charn Parnage-Karn to get to the net all alone and score and make it 8-5 Summit with 11:08 to go. Draw one by Summit. Braden Owen pushes it into the USN zone. He's in the left wing corner. Lost the puck. Barrett Teasdale. Teasdale out at center. Left wing side of the Summit zone. Got pushed off the puck, trying to go over to the right wing side. And cleared out by Summit. It's behind the USN net. Icing was waved off. Aiden Garner catches up to it. Backhands it over to the left wing side. Daniel Lawrence's shot. I think it may have gone off the glove of Cox. Puck cleared out. Here's Lawrence. Passes over to the near side. Picked up by Hudson Halters. Halters back in the USN zone. Runs into Will McKever, and they both go down. USN clear the puck out. Jonah Ferguson Gets to it inside his own zone. Ferguson behind his own net. Passes up the far side to Braden Owen. Owen right wing side of the USN zone, and the puck poked off his stick by Venable. On the back check. Will McKever sends it around the wall to the near side. Mitch Profit at center. Into the Summit zone on the left wing. Round the back of the net. Comes around to the left wing. Drops it to the end boards. Picked up by Elijah Selby. Passed over to Garner. Aiden Garner. Crosses the red line. Into the USN zone. Across to the right wing. And Selby, but couldn't hang on to it. Nick Venable will carry it out. Venable. Into the Summit zone on the right wing. Lost the puck. Puck in the right wing corner of the Summit zone. Comes up the wall to Preston Hart, who will carry it out. Hart. Left wing side of the USN zone gets pushed into the boards by Will McKever. Now the puck comes out in front. The backhander stopped and covered up by Cox. Puck came out in front to Nathan Metzger. Had a soft backhander that Cox had to stop and cover. 8:40 to go. Still 8-5 Summit. Draw is to the left of Cox. Won by Summit. Puck dump to the left wing corner. That's out on the far boards. And USN tried to pass it. USN player tried to pass it over to Jaden Parnich-Karn. Just about every USN player left the zone, but no Summit player could get it in his stick. And then it ends up out at center and being brought back in on an offside by the Spartans. They're going to drop the puck right at center. Here's Hunter Haley, right wing side of the USN zone off the draw. Joey Fried ends up chipping it behind the net. Sent around to the near side by Brody Wales. Cam White with it now out at center. Carries it back into the USN zone. He's down the side of backhander, score! Backhander that whips right in past Cox into the back of the net, and it's 9-5 Summit with 7:57 to go. Draw one by Summit. But Zach Ellis tried to flip the puck ahead. Knocked down by Barrett Teasdale. Teasdale backhands it over the Summit net and out of play. There's going to be a high sticking call, a penalty against Hunter Haley. So USN returned to the power play down 9-5 with 7:42 to go. And the puck cleared out by Summit. Draw was to the right of Brady Tessier. Puck inside the USN zone. Zach Ellis with it. Trying to put it out in front for James Gilmartin, and it missed his stick. Here's Daniel Lawrence. Trying to pass it down the wall, but into the skates of Barrett Teasdale. Teasdale takes a bump from Ellis. Stays in his feet and keeps the puck. Now here's number 20, passing it up the near side. Knocked away by Daniel Lawrence, and James Gilmartin dumps it back into the USN zone. Stretch pass intended for Ryan Barrett. Is it being deflected by the stick of Daniel Lawrence, who tried to poke the puck out into the skates of Charn Parnishkar. Now Charn Parnishkar tried to put it out in front. That was blocked by a diving Lawrence. Barrett Teasdale has it anyway, and a shot in the right circle turned away by Tessier. Under a minute left in the power play for USN. Teasdale looking for a hat trick. Teasdale shooting from the right point. That missed the net to the right of Tessier. Puck cleared out by Gilmartin. And Ellis racing after it. Teasdale had to suddenly put on the afterburners. Ellis beat him to it. Taps it behind the net. Tries to wrap around. Where is it? Is it in or no? I don't think it's in. I think Matilda Cox managed to keep it out on that right-hand side of the net. What a save by her to prevent the shorthanded goal. 37 seconds left in the power play. 6:18 to go in the game. Still 9-5 Summit. Draws to Cox's right. Won by USN. Turned over to Summit. Aiden shot, score from the high slot. Short-handed goal for Meyer. I think that's his second of the game. So he and Gilmartin now have 2 each. Oh, God. I'm going to have trouble trying to figure out who has how many goals when this one's over. It's 10-5 Summit with 6:09 to go and still 27 seconds left in the power play for USN. Or 6:08 to go, excuse me. Here's Sean Scott into the Summit zone. Got pushed off the puck. Nick Venable falls over at center trying to get around Cody Lightfoot. Penalty time against Summit is up. Drake Hughes back in the Summit zone. Takes a bump and falls over. Hughes from his knees tried to pass the puck to the front of the net but didn't get anything on it. Here's Cody Lightfoot, right wing side of the USN zone. Drops it back. Sean Scott, a shot turned away by Cox. Scott with it again. Behind the net, trying to put it out in front off the stick of Cox. And Peyton Brogdon, had to go underneath her stick blade. Zach Peterson holds it in. Here's Lightfoot, left wing corner. Try to put it out in front. Held in, Elijah Selby, right circle shot blocked. That hit Cam White. That hit Lightfoot. And it hit him in a place where it really stung as US ended up icing the puck. 4:52 to go, 10-5 Summit. Draws to Cox's left. One by Summit and a shot from Braden Owen. She gloves and hangs on to it. Summit win the draw, turn it over to USN. Here is Barrett Teasdale out at center. Puck taken away from behind by Aiden Garner. Garner back in the USN zone. Passes off. Braden Owen shot, score from the top of the right circle. It is 11-5 Summit with 4:34 to go. Jeez. Man, that 3-0 start that USN jumped out to feels like 5 years ago now. Barrett Teasdale, right wing side of the Summit zone. Puck ends up behind the net, now out on the near side. Now Colin Breedlove. Passing ahead to Braden Owen, who chips it out or deflects it out to center, and then Aiden Gardner falls over on the near side. Gets back to his skates, and the puck came right back to him. Carries it into the Summit or USN zone and drops it deep. Now Braden Owen in the right wing corner. Comes out in front, puck knocked away. Hudson Halters holds it in, drops it back, but nobody in a white sweater is there. Colin Breedlove has to get to it at center. Now Braden Owen takes a hit from Teasdale. Now the puck comes back to Garner, left wing side of the USN zone. Gets to the front of the net, tries to stuff it in. Where is it? Is it underneath Cox? Yeah, she had it. She had it underneath her at her right-hand post. 3:20 to go, 11-5 Summit. So it looks like Summit are going to win this game, and that means that Ainsworth are going to move up to Tier 1, and Centennial are going to be staying in Tier 2. Draw to the right of Cox, won by USN. Jaden Charton-Partnerskarn carries it to center and gets knocked over, trying to cross the Summit blue line. And Summit are going to end up icing the puck from their own zone. Nope, it's waved off. Waved off. I don't think they like the way that Nick Venable just slowed up at center. Now Ryan Barrett, right wing side of the Summit zone. Tried to pass it to the slot that was broken up. Will McKever shooting from the right point. That's blocked. Preston Hart trying to get ahead at Reeve Gable. It's off a stick. Stretch pass to Gable, missed his stick, goes back into the USN zone for an icing. Can we just not call icing at this point? 2:30 to go, 11-5 Summit. Coming up next, Rutherford taking on Brentwood. Draw to the right of Tessier. Summit win it. James Gilmartin, left wing side of the USN zone. Puts it behind the net for Hunter Haley. Haley over on the left wing side now. Carries it around the back of the net, comes out to the right wing side. Tried to come out to the slot. Nick Venable gave him a push, and he lost the puck for a moment. Actually managed to reel it back in, but now he does lose it for good. Venable out to center. Into the Summit zone on the right wing side. Past the slot, underneath the stick of Drake Hughes. Hughes with it, shooting in the right circle, misses the net to the right of Tessier. Here's Zach Ellis. Ellis through center. Into the USN zone. In front of Shadow, he missed the net to the left of Cox. Elijah Selby passing it down the wall to the right point, or right wing corner. Now James Gilmartin behind the net. Put it out in front. And I don't know if Ellis got a shot off or not, but Cox had to cover in the crease. 62 seconds left, 11-5 Summit. Draw is to the right of Cox, won by USN. Mitch Profit out to center, last minute of the game. Thank God. Hudson Halters back in the USN zone on the right wing side, trying to pass off to Nathan Metzger. Halters with it, carries it to the net, and backhands it wide. Put out in front and redirected away by the stick of Metzger. And Cody Lightfoot keeps the puck alive. Here's Halters shooting with a high slot, it misses. .30 seconds to go. Puck out at center. Cam White with it. Passes over to the far side. Colin Breedlove. Now Brody Wales. Sends it back into the Summit zone. Cam White with it. White carries to center. Back into the USN zone on the left wing side. Drops it back. Metzger. Here's Hudson Halters. In front for Cody Lightfoot. He scores. And the clock runs down to 0. They actually tried to put some time on the clock. The goal's going to count. but I think they're going to call it. Yep, they do call it. That's it. 12-5. Summit Page win. And Ensworth, Nolensville, Lipscomb, welcome to Tier 1. You have clinched a spot. The only other team that can now surpass your point total is Summit. USN can no longer do that. Summit Page win 12-5. Wow. Jeez Louise. Let me type this out, folks. Hold on, folks. This is going to take a bit. Actually, you know what? Let me just jump into post-game mode, and I'll finish typing this out in a few. So let's go over who scored the goals. USN had 2 from Barrett Teasdale, and the others came from Ryan Barrett, Brody Wales, and Jaden Charn-Parnich-Karn. For Summit, 2 goals each from Aiden Meyer and James Gilmartin. Zach Ellis had a goal. Aiden Garner had a goal. Preston Hart had a goal. Cody Lightfoot had a goal. Braden Owen had a goal. Sean Scott had a goal. Cam White had a goal. Trying to figure out who else. I think Hunter Haley had a goal too. Player of the game, geez. I'm just going to split it between Gilmartin and Owen. Gilmartin and Aiden Meyer because they had 2 each. All right, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, USN jumped out to a 3-0 lead. They were up 3-0 past the midway point of the first. Summit switched goalies. And the final score is like that never happened because Summit win 12-5. So USN can still get into tier 1, but now they can only finish this first half with 9 points, and Summit with the win today already have 8. They're now 4-1. USN are now 2-2-1. So now 3 teams are confirmed to be remaining in Tier 2 for the rest of the regular season. So Centennial, Station Camp, Liberty Creek, and Independence Ravenwood 2. Those are the 3 teams that have been confirmed mathematically to be staying in Tier 2 for the rest of the regular season. 5 spots for the second half of the regular season in Tier 1 have been claimed. Franklin, MBA, Father Ryan, and Pope are staying up. Ensworth, Nolensville, Lipscomb are moving up. Now we just have 3 spots left to hand out. All right, so time to start talking about this game and take a bit of a break. Move ahead to the second game on our triple header this evening. Rutherford Rampage taking on Brentwood. Big game for Brentwood. If they lose, they are moving down to Tier 2 for the rest of the regular season and playing in the Henry Hine Cup in the postseason. Summit, big win over USN, 12. Summit move up to 4-1, and USN are now 2-2-1. And like I said, USN jumped out to a 3-0 lead, and then the game ends like it was never 3. USN jumped out to a 3-0 lead midway through the first, and the game ends like that 3-0 lead never happened. Just nuts. Just nuts. That's GNASH for you sometimes. All right, that is it for coverage of this one. Coming up at 6:45, coverage of Rutherford against Brentwood face-off scheduled for 6:50. The final score here, Summit Page 12, USN-BA-Nashville Christian-FRA-Goodpasture 5.